Memo ache na memo akwa banfa ombra Nnawotwe dwumadie so ene so nyame Adom ya san be hia ha ye ba bedi nkomo about Oman Ghana Nnawotwe we nsem bebre na SCC na ne ye betena ne adwendwen be ho yenim se nano ya wada na finance minister ko parliament ko presente na ye friend media budget review na eno no nsem bebre a na wo munti ye ba be hwe se economy no clearly say peja ni mobile anase bia days no they baby edru no yendru baby anti yenya abotre ye behwe nsem no mu again minority Dana finance minister presente sa budget no minority efi ho ko presente several petitions against electoral violence any ade enti ye behwe no nsum nsem ewo ha na mom onim se Nnawotwe we mu nso de si wo Kumase na nya asem papa ye ji obi nkwa feeling nsem ye ba tew ye ne obi ote sansem na ase bedi nkomo na ya hwe kwan ya wo se ye fa so na ye deal with sansem na afa ye wi a na ya bawura ye nsem budget and minority for petitions no aya Nnawotwe dwumadi Adom TV atwa ne ho e wasempa 94.7 FM ye twa ho tew ne abai se ye ba ye bedo nso no mu asuko oni yentena Memo akwa babi o mfamra Nnawotwe dwumadie so na fe de yenko yenim yemfa ne ho no mfamra na mom yembotew na yenko Kumase Nnawotwe nsem asisi wo ho a ya ji obi nkwa fe nsem no na ade a emu odene yese kusasi yene bi ho no ye da soro ye yante asempa na ebimu akwaje ne nkwa fe nsem na ekwan be so na be fa na yetumi ya address issues with Dr. Sadiq Ayobia ebano counter terrorism ne sansensem na ya not ya see ye pantie ne ndi nkomo e wasemo so doc me ma chi ma me da so say wa join ye okay so yes kana ye betumi ama bibia etumi akolen doc ba jo timi nka
mejo so far anya
okay enti ne e course e kwan ben so na o se yetumi defa
Padasi na mami nkasa wata ye dia uro sen ho apa na wasoma mamo de abreme wai
ewe
miss okay mami nchia ahwefo ne tifo no pai am say yatadi nkomo na ade ba ko a anapai mekanise mo fidie kase se beta frache ya ye di nkomo no enche se ye nimbibia sa but yes we devote your time say yebeboa ma Ghana man no ne bambo akọ enyim say ye na ye bisa nkomo bia na mpenifo ni tia ya omo active on some of the things that we will also be discussing because it's very important because the role of the media in our democracy is very very important and now no asem we see and am say mekasa wo asempa eso na de ba kwa na ye bia kan say as I say, you're very proactive with our intelligence system.
Okay.
And no, number one, say you're being kunim ewoyen fight in any other aspect of insecurity. So, offer be to say land conflict, chieftaincy conflict, religious conflict, ethnic conflict. So you're being kunim wasadi na moi and other forms of criminality like murder, it is based on intelligence gathering.
Okay.
And now the see Kumasi, there was every indication say there will be that reprisal or a response from the other person.
Really?
Or the other group.
Sa indication and no no.
Oh, I'm saying, that day I monitored from Moamo Network, and I think that in Komodia, it was a suspicion. And in Koutie, Nipana ye interview, no, Ninkomodimwa, Obe who say there's a possibility of a response coming from, because that is their suspicion. Until within 1 week, no, were we able to say, yeah, ama ye who say, sa nipa na yekum no enye dia afternoon a omo susu say the other side na ye no yetumi ye am I establishing some kind of investigation into that the outcome no na etiseng and I say what kind of communication any sankofo no kwa enya and nti ye hu say etisi ano no man pusi ni so penin back on so ato so that line of communication should quickly let you understand say sometimes when you do some of these mappings in terms of protection and deployment we say there are some key people because any ordinary person be as omu kunwa bia yete ahenche no ebi dide ebi echi bia me ametina so obi kumia bia the traction it will gain no it will not be the same as any other person and so if there's going to be that response from the other people right, it means that they will also attack somebody who is very prominent within the other group so that they will get the same offense and I say also ben say there was every indication that it was going to happen. And as I say police with the rec second as they have come out with their own in case so omutumi who say bibisa betien quickly there should be some deployment within the area. There should be sensitization even among the people. That so continuous. So continuous. Emma that assurance to the people. That's how we are continuous. Some of these things we should not downplay it. It is not always the check cameras in the wall and ye didn't come out and I say bibisa, but there has to be a system of communication. It is always continuous. And Emma the people more assurance of what the state can always do when some of these things happen. And I think that I would say that maybe they have failed in this part. But going forward, maybe we need to ensure that we put in the systems and mechanisms that we can easily unravel some of the situations.
Situation no yede ebia bamba for be good community ni mo for some time na ya say near betumi akọ how long na also mpo tumi wo ho
yes nti no ni nyina no begina what bamba for nankasa through their intelligence and research department you see all of these things when we are talking about investigations we are talking about intelligence it's all part of research so either through an inductive or deductive way, they will be able to know, say, within this time, maybe we want to deploy for maybe 2 weeks. Just so, as that 2 weeks, one particular role is more important, and those in plain clothes. And the more share uniform, that is physical for people to see. But more share uniform, now pick proper intelligence they should also be in the midst of the people. I didn't think that sometimes you remember obi kwatina baby, you obi tina baby about 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, just because of one issue. And then we are able to gather no cry a woman na fi say about bontina ye ka ho asemo na ye hu say ade no ekọ ni say na ekọ no kwan fa so a esi kura enunye se na bia ye kọ enim no say ye bambo ho nhihye a na ye hu so kwan we no say ye fa edisi sa ade we ano but largely no they be ameka say ye ifishom mpo na ye wi a sometimes ye communicate it is not far fetched say they say there's a murder case somewhere involving a very prominent person. Now, maybe through the prosecutions in the court and those kind of sometimes, as I say, even the police or the intelligence agencies, or more fast or more arrival at whatever crime or do. We can turn it into an education material, not directly, but indirectly. We can turn it to an education material. And sometimes when you watch movies, you are watching other dramas and those kind of things. So that people will understand say or BBC or say I don't know me who Saturday we or Adom. Let me show Adom TV no more yes our program. There's one program I'm here on Ken Kami. I think it's on Adom FM. That series of we said a very 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 intelligence gathering program. Ubetimi afa bibie fi mu aso cha bibie ti o tun say don't know me taking kame me tie na omoka abrante no say na to na say na eye enti no me nya hu bibisa no Ebema me hu anamo tell them me too. These are, I mean, very what we say low hanging fruit things are sometimes ebia na emfense na for your dream course, but I say my dream course na ye san hye no. And no and a bit me ama even to me phone ankasa etumi aboa ema ba mo for edwuma we na etuma course. Eto su bi me nua. Ma kan na pay ma kan asempa. There SSA and say the community policing model, no, we need to bring it back.
Okay.
Now, it's integrate the local citizens into the community policing model. Now, you're more training. Or one can say, "Bambo for no, say maybe a BBA quickly, no, yet to me, I mean, no mechanic. We did a work for Japan International Cooperation Agency on community policing within the 5 northern regions. And if we here in somewhere, among for now, say the people are even ready to help because the cost no it doesn't make them happy. And it's a system there, a very formal system one. Everything more training. Now I'm part of the whole community policing model now. Police force because some of these things, it has to do with the people themselves. I think that we need to revisit that model.
But Gina Soma me na yenkotie yen krato aye toye on san samye si e Kumasi nti Gina so na yenkonkotie tew na yemra.
Biaya ejine eye asomase fly na enra anajo na epiedwa se kusasefo hina ono ewo Asante Mantem ha Abdul Malik Azambi ipabonifo bi abeje ne nkwa e de afini nsem yayaya enadom kase ye bo anan e ba ha no ene areho na ekoso ha ohwe ha nso a posifo enso ha e boban se de be ya bibia beda na kwan mu ne wano na ye ba ye ni kusasefo hina ono ewo mampon a woka abusua no ho ebo nkomo na o kire se
ende yamyanim ni ha a big blue pa mo de asi because ye na ne die ye ka se oye eja oye bibia because akora se bi akora ye bibi no to safre na weko we point fingers on crofobia but for now the yen say bi nipa we na we na the idea it is ye timi betuma point fingers nse eno anyimre na ehu bi o Facebook poster or the scam obi ana oni obi oni akwa no sika sem na oni send microphone wasman microphone mo be kunu wo microphone bi page mo jubilate wo
otoa ne nkase so daresede eto ahobambo ko no enim se omman hwemu fikofiko na enko asemwe mu anye saa wo mo nso ente ase
se aban amfa ne nsansi ne nan ansi fom no anhwe ama atemtre yan yadwuma ye mfa nche the very venture because where I am you miensa ye mfa nche be bosume be nsiani no mkokum ba ko ogoso kokum ya brante ba ko ogoso saazo na afini omukum ya brante ba ko onio market ana we asasi enti aban ye sisu dua se aban amfane na ye si fom ande nipa bia ye susu se ni sahye sa wo yase no yeso ye very venture ye mfa nche
ne kwakwa mu adehye bia ye beto wo mu wa ha eni ye bonkomo na wo mo nso to nkra se
no I know be 9 something from many little koma ma be 11 something sana wo free me ho na me kra na me ko fie na no so ba me fie wo fie imra na be 7 na mo frame say onko fe bia de moto abebo ni to wa na ya na yeta hu se amanfo ye sana na omo de to Facebook say ye na ekoye ya asamo ye yeti no nye ba ko nye mi no ye miasa omo ta de ye we nso de yentimi gaze samasi na bet yeso yawo oma awe trim say de wo be di to Facebook say wono na koye no koye no faso yeso betu ya ka
etuo ye kasa ye ema kusase hino wa Asante Mantem ya firi mu no ka ho bi ma beru aba ko yam hye na wono nso enei wetanum ewanse do adom kase ye de ne di nsem na chi a ye beto ho nkra dodo na bia ya ejinei eye
nti yenkra to ye toye on we asasa mesi wo we na wakwa akotie no doc otia one of them e kan say enya de omuso betum dia che nipa na odi sansem ida anya no ye different tribes no mo ye ba mo ye nuanom kwan ben so na ye be fa no mo ate ase se o se ye de nuomo bi che na yetumi koye nim Dr. Sadiq, what does one want to
Hello. Yeah, and Minabama, they are mechanics. And again, let me cite an example. For me, it was very striking. But what you
yeah, I think Kapa.
Let me cite this example. It was very striking for me. I think I was in Yendi. Na electoral sensitization program. Na turns out for the overlord ne office. Turns out from na name senior obaye no. Na oni etwetwe nkomo that day, some of the youth, not in fact not some, all the youth present, both male and female, as some more kind say, the car a canwa abetoye hono, ye be den, and I to me a free ho. Na ye movie on, it say ye nya impuntu ewo nya asitinemo. And in 2024 elections na banije, we the youth will make sure say there is never going to be that kind of fight. Sometimes a question. And indeed, say we analysis of 2024 election now call you in the important one idea. We say there was zero violence there. There was zero violence. So a time one nipa noa omoye involved no ebetumi hu say then ankasa na omo ankasa omo hwehwe enti minua bema ye wo ade e fe ne say needs when you are doing conflict analysis ye wo needs ye wo interest and ye wo behaviors and ye wo attitudes enti ye ko ye ne bisa say bisa omo say then pa na omo hwehwe. That is one question. Na utie dia omo kasa e wo fide su ya ma trotro o say ye mfenche se bambofo no anya hwehwemu pa dia ama ye hu dia kwa ye mfenche na dia yesusu say so there's a suspicion na that suspicion no if you ask that person say nipa na wo susu say ono no ye sa don ana ono no ye the nipa na so can be for mistaken identity that which is a cyber mistaken identity. And within this time period, Naka Cyber Security Authority, so that we are able to track down on that mistaken identity now of Papano Ekayano. So these are crucial things we need to pay attention to. And then I make the second person was saying, or say Yebetria or Moka. It means that they are ready to retaliate.
But Doc, Oshemwa, Yebetria Kasa near Koso ewo efie no na sania bas ya na.
My brother, there's what we call ripple effect when it comes to conflict. Mamema was simple scenario. Wo fie kura na ebia wo mame ene ni nua ba omon kasa anase wo mame ene ni nua ba man kasa etumi trickle down eba emba no emumu etumi trickle down ade ba na nanom foso. You understand? That is the ripple effect. Inti we share the conflict now happening up there. Over Ashama, the last I think about 2-3 years ago, we did some work within Ashama, and sometimes they form groups. Inti they are happy those in the various urban areas are also repeating the same actions over here. Okay. Even though we need to acquire a mobile brand, who saw in a townful, it said the AC or no, Yakabia channel. And would be instance, and then I who friends at their air cost. But in my language, as somebody who is into security, main canon in an abstract terms, main can transfer. The American say, as I say, in Shishimu, because Uti or Mokatanoa. Or you're suspicious of somebody. So the question is that is that person or it is not that person? You see, so the not in there is something that shemu for no. As I say, you do not so na shemu na no kure a woman in personal na yaba. Yes, I don't know. What are the other mitigating measures? I don't know. Kasa. And as I say to me, obia or diplomatic experience in terms of conflict resolution any mediation. Now sometimes we deploy those people silently to be engaging the key stakeholders within the community. Into the opinion leaders, the chiefs, and other people are what is that in Commodian form?
Okay.
What they form? No more who say, oh, in respect is in the midst of conflict, there's also something called respect. People want to satisfy their own.
But you wait 1 minute, mommy. Is there any political undertone? Oh,
there has always been. There has always been. Okay. There has always been political undertones.
Okay.
There has always been political undertones, and that is why we sometimes sound that caution. Say we should be able to remove the partisan political nature various institutions, including the chieftaincy institution. I say it to me, politics in itself is not good, but the way and manner we conduct ourselves when it comes to partisan politics in this country, I think it's a and we need to be able to disassociate and remove those kind of things out of, for instance, some of the Ntokwana air course.
Okay.
Without that, because political actors, too many if in terms of percentage, about 30, I would say about 30% is with the people, 70% is with the people themselves. But that 30%, it is the various security measures. And I say, Bambo and somewhere it be go akwemwa, so it is one of the things that I think we should be able to take a look at. I'm sure we can discuss it in a broader manner, but because it is serious. And that aspect is really something that is worrying us.
Dr. Sadiq Edichum, a fellow West Africa Center Against Counter Extremism.
West Africa Center for Counter Extremism.
It's rather Center for. Okay. All right. You.
Thank you.
Mpacho Medase for the correction there. Afe member studio na mene mabedwa for yemedi nkomo na in studio your professor Titus Bayu or MP for Lambusie, NDC, parliamentary member of parliament, and on now or general secretary at the Ghana Medical Association. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
We have a code there.
Adom.
Okay. Okay. All right. On a proper professor. Yeah, the title on the Bemano. In studio, Hano, me George Quating. Representing the MPP. Some in the okay. George Akwaba. Yeah, cause Zoom so once we get them to join us in studio again. We'll be expecting to have Professor Isaac Body on a Dean Faculty of Accounting and Finance, UPSA. But yes, I think Parliament. Nana Minister, Finance Minister, my budget. The minority walked out.
Yes.
Presented petitions. I think they went to the presidency, they went to Kodeo, I think, and Mokasa about electoral violence. My mention is in field because you were in parliament.
Yes.
What brought several notice, no? I mean, they have always said, the violence that took place, Ablekumano and Yadia Manajon. And then again, to me, and resolve to keep them in the house for the budget. And I will from the opposite majority side, only saying the decision they took.
All right. Mencha Lambuse for da omuna omasumami mama ejuma mama nyakwa betina na mencha mahefo nyina mo na eba asema wo kan ya minya Ablekuma by election date ben ye enrechi
Thursday, yes, enrechi
baby
by election.
By election.
Oh, by election was last I think 2 weeks Friday.
Good.
Yeah.
Enti eba ne saying and since that time, they have a kind budget. And more Bubako.
That's what can once
assembly there. You see, the first thing, just CNP. Young political actors, we are the most vulnerable in election violence. To me, and so election violence be as. no politician endorses election violence. We all condemn it. Yen nyina ye say e yade we say ye tu ase ya passing law ay vigilantism afi ya manyo semum nti yade nyina ye jitum say e we say ye tu ase. That's fundamental. Neither NDC, NPP, PAC, Obia, because when that violence happens, the most vulnerable are your politicians. The next vulnerable are close friends. The media. Unfortunately, there will be basis of violence. So the real intent of what they went there or their actions on budget day, Minjin say, is really because of that violence. And the violence now, minya, the election, no, that day we had 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, they could have presented all these petitions.
And some penny impact here. The impact is on the day how kind of budget.
At the frontier of my years, na enungwase ni bi wo ha eba. Yesi enungwase mfata day.
Kan ni ba.
Nti obetena se me egu anim ase de. Nne na oni ho na si ya eye.
By a day enungwase in the budget presentation.
Abam papa nsem papa at force in the buy no. Ebro mo adwene ntiase so. Nti omu ntimi ntina ho. Na omu ntina ho meka den. Accusations ye de to papa yi so. Ye de to aban ne so. First ye say oh, o cancel taxes we nyina wontimi mbo oman no. Or drop interest rate any dollar ne be kosro. They cannot handle it. The fundamentals of the economy are weak. And if it is weak, the exchange rate will show you out. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But all their theories, no, anyeyi. Enti omunim enti enyema atufo mbeka ye no. Ye honorable atufo mbeka ye no. Idea the Ghanaians are leaving it. Enti ehun hiampo se obabeka ansa na wehu. Enti obebo ni nyina apo ababeka no omunim asem ayeba. Enti so betina se pa na wenim ya be kire o se wa we poto. Social troy no wa feli next person buy wa ya ade asen wo no. Uni wa you go school sometimes they are announcing results. They be proceed results for board so. Now you say when wa we cry. Obetina o. Obetina no we happen somewhere. Who to baby nearby and see uni ho. But no a chasem nieka. Because really a distraction and
but some they know say even IMF aka say mabine as in when they say mabine.
Yes.
Muhu near Akufo-Addo aban here as part of the reasons why economy no stabilize the way we are seeing it now. Why would they run if almost name say IMF cry acknowledge say they are part of the reasons why the economy is doing what it is doing.
We are building a nation. Yes, your mind. You see, before all of this, accusations, answer na meba budget mo ankasa no. Omo share the city is stable because Ato is not spending. Right? The guy has shown you evidence of massive expenditure. Why? Yet managed to stabilize the city. Oh, this one will not stay. Actually, 1 month, the exchange rate will go into disarray. Then how many months? So it's been very difficult for ordinary people to understand the kind of policies, prudent measures are at and then the management team at the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in this second term. Ebro omadwene ntiase so. Yes, see wonko obi afuomu da. Odin se wona oyekwa for papa. Nka obi maame nkwan enhwe ya. Wo so maame nanim adwane no best. Ya sha enso ya sha ensa. Ye be hu difference. Enu ene ye hu. Now, o share budget ya. The first and in the prelude to the
budget never call.
Budget never call. If they really wanted, once you say we should do a budget, but if they really wanted to demonstrate, say, violence and violence, no, if they raise a statement on electoral violence, parliament. Yen nyina can support because in America we are potential victims of electoral violence. In Tomo former statement would have supported it. Omo can say nyina march out to protest against violence and can never come back because violence never minya enim wo enim obi. I don't like the comparison. I also West were gone. The worst happened. Nipa efamu ehwere nkwa. Ablekuma hwene si ye. All is bad. But what I say, yen ka say we nye one a year we and as a government in power no yen sisu yen say there should be no violence in any election. So for us, the fact that it has happened is a dent into the whole thing. Okay. And the government doesn't like that. In Tusha, there was no military deployment that day because it was deliberate, it was intentional. And when that happened, swift actions took place. What would be sadder?
The actions are
policeman or she will be a
and early in the morning before this whole mass.
Once it came up, was there no action?
Yes, there was action.
Good.
But more bunk of one
and the police watch be our investigation. Chibi. Maybe
that's
good. I hear investigation. Look at the type of governor they drink with the near your fan for be or ton phones was secret in the national security or train how many days or buy a big deal to chase them. It was clear in a commission of inquiry. People came to testify. Final report by then a year. That is him. You anticipated a report in the moon. Something that was televised will be a year. What did we do as a deterrent to violence? Nemeka said NDC as a party, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama abhors electoral violence and violence of any form, and he will not countenance it. It will be bia. Enunti, kwanya e wose ye faso. Next terming this in the bad. Yeah. The investigation is ongoing. Obia is found inculpable. The person will be dealt with. No party member has spoken. Bakase, no ya tio obi ka yesi. What that evidence afa mami? Ye hu obi ayako china ya investigation ka say you are responsible for this violence. We are going to punish you. Now president I issue white paper say me cancel way. Wait and see whether it's a police where you investigation be no mo so wo na wo ye see. Ababeba abeclare banana.
Yo Mate. Professor Titus be your MP for Lambusie. NDC member of parliament, member George Kwati Hall representing the MPP on the platform. George, Adentina Munso Mufa Dan Kasai, ye present budget or some war to represent Munko for a twaba mam Namuso and no sad down on the ADA, the best way I could present petitions.
I mean, and now as Nami Mawachiano pay, Namentia Prof so MP for Lambusi. Na and then say me national organizer and a B birthday.
Oh, okay.
Awodapa baby will be ano ye be mani trinkwa onyame nhira no no nkoso enye adwumaden ema MPP ne Ghana nyina so enya no so emfa so minu ya me se ubusa asemo a esi wo Ablekumanov me se the honorable MP won hyede ehun sunsun so enu nti no ofun se bia budget no tena wo betena ho de hu hia chen petition na wo de koma president no because bia anka no senke na ye ni nua ba e na ye ha wakumsen maame a wadu ni mfie penye o ni 50s former minister of state former cabinet minister former MP oba besia na mema kantin campaign na ko wiem de na bofom ni etietia ne so te sa ade bia enye se ni nua ba na se bi ne yira minya sure se nko beka se budget ni hu hia e chen de esi wo Ablekumanov no dabi ade a esi wo Ablekumanov e ya ade a esese Ghana ni bia e condemn
ba condemn
na ye kase e bi nsi bi
emzo wa condemn yo
e bi ensi bi na ye di ayem hihie na ye tumi hu sa ade ne se e ye very dangerous ade a esi ye ne se bi enye first time e bi sini na e wa abakosem kakra so obeka ya Ghana, your fourth republic, ye started in 1992. Sa 1992 no na ye MPP. Na ye opposition na NDC started no move PNDC aba. E no mo tani ye be ye NDC. And na the former president Roris the late obeye omo president. Oba no betray 2 terms by 2000 elections. Any the first time the MPP ye win power. And President J.A. Kufuor ye sworn in 2001. Embra President Kufuor be ye president no. And yes, ye anye by election that there be. Ye by election e wukruma. Ye bi wa asonase. And no by election and did the interior minister ye remutaka eba parliament. Ye bi on Cranson of so beka ye ramwatin. Yantete boni bia. Embra ye hu ehurukasem. Embra ye hu nyinamransasem. Embra ye hu ehudie. Embra ye hu ewudie ene ehurukasem ewo ye by election mu was under NDC. The former President Mills 2009. Ena ye hu sa niema we bi. Ubekai de esi wo atiwa. Ubekai de esi wo akwatia. Ni nyina no it was under the NDC government. Ena sa niema we nyina sisi ye. Ubekai chirepone. Ubekai Amenfi West. Niema we nyina si ye. Ena MPP cast de bi.
Amenfi West ye bobi.
Yes. Yes, Amenfi West by election. Ye tutuo etuo say. When ask Gabi watch da komo. Eniema omu fam. Ansa omu hotel nyina omu dwane nante omu nanso efa fam ko enche ewo krome ya
go me feel as me need dey check.
Yes ewo krome ya eno hwe atiwa de si wo ho eno ena ma MPP cast da bi ye ntrase se oman ni post ya adwuma yeko anase bambo adwuma no afeli se obe protect yen opposition party dia ene yen so ye be form our own internal security eno na ekowo bibi a friend Delta Force eni na ekowo invisible forces ena 2016 yanso ye de boy ho ban ene ye ba bem ukohu ya de ye ba bem de esi wo ayewa so wesi wagon ni nyina na enye fe airtime eno ena MPP aban na nkasa santra ho se da bi sa niema we ye ntumi ema ne nkoso eno nti ye ni ankasa ye be hyemra ne ye de disband all these vigilante groups no se de be ya ebi nsi ewo yamanyuku ma anase yabato mu biem ampani pa ye wie no ye koto by election fufuro e wa sin off ye peaceful boni bia ensi wo ho but we ni obekai the AC e wo 2024 general elections here see so wo hwe obi a yato aba MP na yato aba ma no ye de by force ni ye tete ballot papers im wo hwe the member of parliament for Ningo Prampram enei oye minister Ojina yi si konso se on declare elections na yankan yiro on declare by force. Ni nyina si wo kroma 2024 elections.
Na violence.
Na eyedien.
O se on declare one factor in the
Wan hu de no wo ye yakwache na eyi abesi wo EC officials wo na ya so no kon se on declare by force. Eno eyedien. Minua eno entwam koda ena anu ye yesi ekoto aba e wo just 19 polling station. Won kran yo enye kurase. Won kran ayasa enkran kroma enye kurase eno ena NDC fuoi omo sanzo frefresa omo taxi omo mranti me na me gina hobi I saw it many way ena me di hu yenye se me hwe no TV so anana me ni ho ade na esi e wa Bekuma North no me nua etese wo na ya ye hwe no TV so ni bi akoma esi what
minua o se o te so obi de phone fro bi so mra
enya me na me se obi na ka kire me gina ho ena pickups mienu no ebe gina manim
enti wo te so obi afa
pickups mienu a eba be gina manim no emrante atu a na egu pickups no ese wani ensese ye
to hu emrante bi obe hu
emrante me hu wom no minua emrante woni hu wom videos aba wan na enim
me say
videos aba ni pictures
ni omo app ha
videos enya me ena sese me ko kire the interior minister no oba hobi in fact omo national chairman ye wurasi edun katia oba no na emrante ni bi di na chi videos wo ba bi bebre omrante no e bi di omo national chairman a cabinet member esi edun katia na e bi di na chi ena omo de ba Bekuma North won kran ha onya kurase cameras ni bibia ho mo ankasa multimedia mo capture omo faces bebre videos and pictures ade esi oba besia o mami ha wakumsin oba besia sebi enya be mempo ni akase we de ne nyonko bema oba besia bema huri te se erupre ko wiem ye de etia ko pem mami no odafom ni etietia no so enne ye national deputy national organizer ye nya Chris Lloyd enne me no kase okuta crutches ni na mienu nyina bubu boni ben ye koto aba o for just 19 polling station Wabra NDC Kurano. Now almost 183 seats in parliament. This one seat, you know, there ain't change she. And no interest when we near back. And no so interest say even cry MPP we need say seat no a be affected our parliament. And unti a dear ne buy. Na dear so and a coffers and your we nyina buy. A yadia as I say, you draw mining attention. Near who said yes, ye no. E kekako baby a sebi e ho ne mfaso e kekako baby a sebi e se Ghana ni bia oyam hwehwe e san say the new patriotic party yen so yen tran ho sa san say e bia sipen ene ye tu ye hofo but ye babam ne ye ka se da bi yen hwe mane nkoso yen ye be hwehwe mra na sa de no eto atumi atwa na yen ya hwehwe mra na se mo a ye ne mu nyina atena parliament sa mu de mo nsa bonkum e ka se yen hwehwe mra no na mu difa e fa omusi ya chiri anene hwediaba and now for the past almost 2 weeks you see ya chinipa enipa ya chi homo no wo se wa chinipa se bienu
okay
mienu enipa ekoya ade ni mienu enipa mienu kura ya chi hono minu akosi sei and ye kura ye nyane sei sa nkofon kura ya ja homo kura mpo keke it was just a statement from the police. So the state has failed to protect the opposition new patriotic party and necessary yeka enya sa the eba no abatu biem da yanim ye nyina ye hwe ne moja ankohwe hu.
Okay yo medase ugoso hwe Nnawotwe adwumade so prof we need to move on unless of course
me can be
me more just a minute on it
just a minute. You know you can be wo brofumo say me hu say me cancer no watwi mu but oni party me sheda eman ni refi enema bi okai abakosem a obekai bi na was sheda man ni refi bi a very selective amnesia.
Okay,
just say was sheda mo refi enema bi a obekai bi baby their own kai. Me say the whole incident is condemnable. So your bar, so your bema, your bo, your yo say we nipa mo is condemnable. It's a former minister of state, a former member of parliament, somebody who has been in public service and served this nation is condemnable. But say me nua be kai bi no we bi afi mu a nipa gunshot a see wo ho. And then there are anyehwe. The same mami police decided to discontinue BBC 21st June 2020 Hawa Kumsin Special Development Initiative Minister gunshots. Next one, police discontinue case and they were na me na kasa gina atuma na me shoot it o eno we second incident obi kura for mu hwe no nkwa we. You see, we should not have selective amnesia. What is condemnable is condemnable.
Okay.
He's a young politician coming up. He should know, say, Adiwa Yekano. It affects all of us. The violence to us, everybody can be a victim. The Namimi can say is condemnable. The security services are working on it. But if you want to play the blame game, the evidence before Ghana for and they say, yeah, what President Mienu says here, we can easily compare. Wako started Effie Rawlings about Atta Mills. Go through all the incidents. Nebisa say, Omu ye in we are. Final one where we have all the evidence. How have we handled the situation?
Okay, all right.
And I've told you how that white paper of Ayawaso West Wagon. Who can say Obinam? Somebody has gone through more than 27 surgeries from Ayawaso West Wagon on Timinanti. And who can they found? Okay. Let's not be selective.
Mate.
It's condemnable.
Mate.
But what I say,
yeah,
that's all.
Once you are in parliament,
yes.
This is the Lloyd Crowboy, the anti-vigilantism act.
Yeah, yes.
But now being in meeting, come on, say we need to. It has to be empowered by a legislative instrument.
Yes.
Have you seen any ally like that? Say,
so,
what would you do?
The committee, you share legislative instruments. So,
okay.
The subsidiary legislation committee.
Yeah.
And by.
Okay.
And by. But me putting it in perspective, say there are several laws that are passed here. Our ministers no. Legislative instrument. I was on the ban. Emma.
Okay.
Laws be 30 years. Example: National Health Insurance Act. Yeah, passed higher amendment. Since over 30 years, 20 years now since the National Health Insurance. The legislative instrument. MI. Teaching Hospitals Act. MI. There are several ones. legislative instrument by way so and my. So I can give you that answer straightforward and my. But it may be time for us to get that and other similar instruments are ebe boa ama act na etima ye juma ye, because you see act bia wo pass here is this higher law, the detailed operationalization of that act, you know, here legislative instrument. So I would encourage the minister, the sector minister, that based on all these development, you know, obesheso no waye sebetimi or the legislative instrument na ba or person amend the mother act na kasa and then bring the legislative or regulations are ebe boye na ne me be twato e wo we hu ne say ye kasa yai another by elections in the offing. Unfortunately, very very unfortunately, in fact there sometimes me kasa hu amedi yaw because abema ye nua na we film no and he was a friend when na ye ne kasa kama e wo ho. He's a very nice guy, a shimmy say BBC see one would never have wished this for anybody, but to his memory, we should try. And Akwetia has a history of by-election.
Yeah.
We should try to make this by-election peaceful, to reflect the kind and demeanor that NS Kumi was.
Okay.
And that for all of us political actors here who say this kind of violence, no, and yet. So me mesre the security forces while they're investigating whatever has happened in Ablekuma. They should sit down and look at the operational details. Who can be allowed into the area? Because we're a larger area and 19 polling stations, but they should come out with a very good strategy. We'll go and have a very peaceful by-election. Who say any further election, no, it's okay. So when you see Akwetia as a test case, na obian koye to assembly ewo na mensi supi. So obi baby planning said me see how me ko prepare me home. I'm sure the security agencies will be up to their game. They will pick up intelligence and they should deal ruthlessly with anybody or beba house or beba for making trouble.
Okay, all right. Intisa Ella, no more committee, more to me, send to share. Say Minister Fambra as a money who to me, who to me just say, oh no, right. Yo, Mate. We say watching the show live and clear inside Indianapolis, Kumasi, Tanoso, Kesben Junction, the main location from. Pedro Wa Maldina Cruz. They are about on Facebook and also bet to me at the Odia but Justice Nana Obey or commenter wager on Facebook on a nyadia met me a kind. They be ada say ye new be enya dream pa eya yen hwe ye kasa. So kasa no one tear e kire usuno wo ban nipa we kura ne ye hu ne sen. And we are saying we so kasa, especially when bedroom and our dom kasa or social media and no leave footprint tells of who you are. Into ya mama yen share ye kasa ye and he said yes to me ye and your mafia say now say so be before I remember or social media say or virtual personality net saying because that is a trauma nipa also yen share ye kasa ye justice na no be comment no nyadia metumi akan enti ebe kranka wo akrahwe na edit no kama why master planner junior Kintampo say keep up the good work my brother George Kwati Adenta we didn't know George Kwati Adenta Adenta na out na Adenta na out the youth are so proud of you yo yenko eni mani yenko share budget mami bisa MPP no
ne mo dwane
budget na buy
budget na
pamusa
budget
oh share budget ya ebo pusa kakra
yeah sanitary pad budget no
anyway we made the review budget
oh that be sanitary pad budget
sana on the friend no
sana mo kai
okay mami more 7 minutes on the budget
mini budget yi de uhwe mu a emi say ade ba ko asese ye hane say Ghana yeti hanom na say yenya kwanya se ye besum oman no a ema ye mfa oman no nomum ema ye mu Ghana fo asese bi yenimu de ana ye kan a ye ntiase ana sabi ye nko ana ye wo higher positions no ye na yenimu nyansa wohwe budget ya minister de ba ye ya o started reading no fefefe na actually wohwe entro misinformations ene niema bi a minister ne hihye mu a na eye asefem kakra because yen nyina ye te Ghana ha yen nyina ye kodwom yen nyina ye to niema ena yen nyina nso ye didwa ubia nso eto ade e okruma ye te ha sabi enye se obi di ni dwa e wo kasoa enu nti no de ekoso e wo mokola no onim ana obi te adenta de ekoso okumase kejiti onim dabi yen nyina Ghana kro no ye abusua ena ye tim nti ye to niema ena ye wo popular shops nso wo Ghana obia kohobi ewo region bia obenya bia to ho nti niema no price no enya sa sometimes ibu ade ebo e different from Accra Kumasi or Takrade but obenya shop nso a ade ebo e won kan no ibia na wo Tamale ana ibia na wo wa ana Lambusi eno nti na me expect say minister ne buy ne sabi odi obuo kakra ebema Ghana fo na sabi oni Ghana fo aka no kre kakra for instance minister list niema bebre e de buy say ono ko dwaso no say ya na niema ne botie na the minister o refuse ya na nke ese wo ye ne say wan fa shop kra okototo sa niema na nka ho ama yen ya nko ho ankotobi esanse ba bia yen ye to ye niema no e different from prices na minister de ba parliament be kan oka niema bebre oka yas sanitary pad bo
ba yas no onipa ba ko de koto Facebook man ko fo ma no sources of muto de na e from wo
me mema o source no so me de me mekom Ghana is one of the popular shops Ghana ubia ni meko say minister say yes 15 cedis enye no kre ye nyina your phone you can even go to their website okwa ubohu ana social media pages ubohu omo prices no ene omu goods ni nyina e wo hodada enye no kre da say yes no nti na make say minister no that menene nkonto kwa
to the auto the same
menene nkonto kwa na me de o refuse ya wanye ne say na nke ese wo de price ne ba na baby shop kro no oto ni mu no wo de ka ho ne ye kokoto bi esan say ebia no no de ne ye different or ye special person because enya no kre say yes 15 cedis it's 18 cedis enya no kre sa it won't me entum futuro engu amanfo ani
but na ye 25
and it doesn't matter say 25 ro and obeka say oh na ye 25 and na atiaba 18 cedis a obi ane oni problem
oh I don't want to interject
obi ane oni problem say 25 or dey 50 but atiaba 18 cedis now go to the rightful figure obi ane oni ase but wontumi church one kasa de ye ode na o meka nkire Ghana for ye nyina ye ko market ensem obeka ye bebre ho no mo a na enye no kre for instance obeka 25 liter friends oil kufuo gallon yibuo ni nyina enye no kre obeka onion bo oka gari sugar olonka bo oka royal aroma rice 25 kg enye no kre ni nyina no ye niema ye besre minister se sabi ye nyina ye kodwom ye nyina ye kodwom enu ti ye nyina ye gidi se ampa eniema ni bi bo abafo obia ne nji echinie meme ne nji echinie Ghana ni bia nso ne nji echinie nenso oba at least go to the right figure no na ye hu se ye bo aba so ani abo
apart from years na figure na ye wan bi on of you say
sugar olonga eno so asema obeka ye no na enye no kre prices are odi ba ye ewa ha mami enyi minister no prices are odi eba ye na ye mfa compare the market nyina obo hu se enye no kre obeka say 25 kg bag of aroma rice bag no 25 kg no minister say 356 enye no kre
okay
enye no kre 519
519
enye no kre obeka say anwa 25 liters no anwa ko 4 gallon no minister ebeka kire say say 640
me pacho ebi obi tia obe agiu say ena enye no kre mo ben na minister na kan na wo check here
o say royal aroma
until that's the brand
and okay
let's correct something kakra
okay
unya ka say enye no kre wo say minister na encan the shop waka say wo we Malcolm near wo bono where are you getting it from because you are not quoting the source why do you then say
we take it kakra
yes because
brand of rice
minister the price buy no me nya sure say minister to try a source
so on my source then you cannot say
the minister to am a source
You are talking about yours.
So I mention your but no make come be a shop am
George
and no can get on no.
Why according to me say dey me talk obo
George share me into brand of rice no aroma me boy
no
also call say
me so me call me shop minister say 350 no cresa say 350 me call me shop hey 519 fine minister uncle to baby or no one tray in shop
those on tray
me so me tray
and say ba ko no tray on tray
minister uncle to shop or no dey popular and I make a say popular I wanted to give but the honorable car said me come source minister can you or in the parliament honorable to be a car just honorable minister and he now to toss animal we nyina etika minister ne tray say ukọ shop we ya say the price no wa na kiaje na di enuti ye be sre minister sin next time oni en ka no kakra ebiem minister ka say omo de 34.5 million bi akoma adwumawura program bi omo diska bi akohye minua adwumawura program omo launching hukumase omo launch ye bobusumini minu ka say not even a single person and watumi aka say yama me 1 cedi
okay see for more
not even a single person no aka say yama no 1 cedi owie ye wo say wo de 21 million bi akọ national apprenticeship program minua enne me no ka say sa program no ye program omo launching first abra ye so president Bahaman nipa ba akọ krompo no ya man 1 cedi and 50 pesos
apprenticeship no
yes
na say me hu bia
omo launching keke
no but me hu bia na ye de nkofo akọ ba omo suade o
that is the day omo launching and since then no trukotom ye mfa obi anko ba bia etini nyina no eye brofo a minister be kan parliament keke but in reality no nothing is happening
Martin me say my professor prof
yo me pacho
me also 7 minutes
Martin me your analysis there I don't think I should even belabor that point in taking them. I'll just correct one or two because logic way they mean tiase say obi among prices from the market you have different prices. Then you say nipa ne boa one kasa so wagie to mu say ebia baby a nipa ne nya ne price fee no different nipa ne say the thing has reduced from 25 to 15 also call you when you are 18 ewo baby we are not having a controlled price system in this country so being say when you are 15 we be when you are 18 the principle is that it has reduced from 25 that is not in doubt we then catch say nipa ne say oboa but I won't go into that area abam papa na abano ejuma pa finance minister de abano eno na me pese misisi so this budget has brought good news to Ghana for and it has brought nkofo enti so into the only thing they can do is just to criticize papa ibaye when he was coming to read this budget nkofo bredwin say oh he's coming to ask for more taxes or the way beba but obaye no what have we seen first as a prelude omo dikan ka say on chia he's not paying staff wabema evidence of a nyama we chia a lot some no omo kra they were having them in arrears and ne we a nursing student we Ghana ha they catch say be cancel nursing student allowances ni na ye chia be cancel teacher training allowance ye chia school feeding na komo di school for me lamb we say mi ankasa mi yimi boto musika na ta na me MPO ekoto emu can tomato den do kwache school for na ekom fitali dinkofo as a medical person me nim say wontimi fa kom ensua de school or teachers catch parents students omo ko fe no obi ankoje ebro olonka baako family school when I heard it me ma e was school mo bi omo fi me fie me nua no mo ba me hwe na me ka say dey bi na me to mo ko chiche ma school feeding ene what hu sa asem bi bibia e kosiye now the
dog me ntwa no na mo hwe no pacho mo wo market no mo maye mo prices why mo fan to Facebook na
ye hwe
Adom TV into okwa ja wo price de no ho na maye wo source no o store na ukom no
good
fa maye baby e wo
ana dwem kra koy
any ade na wo to no price na ye nyina na ye fan ko Adom TV extra ye show no eda so live ho na afi de o de ama kama na yakoye nim
enti no ne me pese ye hu ni say the summary of name e course nyina ni say ne ye friend prudence proper management of the country's resources and only yehuno. Obi obeka say we are not spending. Honorable Ato Forsen and the Ministry of Finance actually said they've spent 114.5 billion Ghana cedis. But this spending is targeted spending. Into almost say we are not spending. And Yebisa says spending a day. Spending say this Kabakoko to the most expensive hole in the world, then we are not spending. Spending say Befa National Service Force over 500 million, a diamana conco for Botomudia, then we are not spending. Spending say ye beji a binseka near Dino Ankran Cremoa, then we are not spending. But if spending say ye bet you a teacher for, a nurse for, Kolamo school, if spending is making sure that you have power, if spending is paying arrears, if spending is paying our bond holders, so that ye papa no ye nanomo enko piketu of finance ministry say obi de nsa abo musika mu a, then that one we are not spending. Contractors our ye juma pa ya validate one we are paying. What else is in this budget? This review and say rather than asking for more, he has come to tell us what the total expenditure will projecting also. You won't be sad. In this budget, near Obia Behuni said, first quarter growth, for the past 5 years, you be sad. Debt to GDP ratio, in the past 5 years, you will be sad. Inflation and then 50-something% a year won't be that. This is the kind of budget. This is the kind of expenditure. He has come to give an accurate account of a Nyama Waye. And he has given evidence of prices. Oka, your flagship programs.
But are some of them also not right? Some can say, well, just like IMF has said, gains cannot only be by more effort. Foundation or more partners to live.
Governance is a continuum. Yebi. Name mum and care to what direction of fire no so. Minya and can be a generic. You know where they do the economy to. Now you nam hifa grading. Yeah, what junk status. Me never knew say grading. Sa international rating. Never knew say what junk status crowd. You could be a bushia crowd be a vessel of Ghana bushia. And then within 6 months, you are back to B-. So whatever it is, so Obeka say why you BB and the yabe to us fine. But Ghana for Ankasa can tell the difference. But to come and say or without any evidence. And coming to talk about Nema Winnie what's the National Apprenticeship Program? Yeah, Ma Obiashe, Ejumaware Program. Yeah, Ma Obiashe. It means I won't take governance. I say crack. National Apprenticeship Program. Me constituency. You are recruiting master craftsmen. Or more master for now, metchere and kofono. You are recruiting omu registration. Aye be momako training. This week you are recruiting apprentices. 5 per apprentice for a master craftsman. Omonso ebeko akosua ade ni atwa onka. Ento ka se yenye ahwe and ni kire hin. Ejumawura feed Ghana. Go around the country. 200 number of districts are one. Registration is going on in all the districts. 275 constituencies. You are registered. Feed Ghana. You are distributing seeds because we are in the planting season. So these investments are going on. So won't be and kase she in see. Oh, Betina TV so kase they've not spent even 1 cedi. Una wuchi askano. Ni pana okra askano catch say yes. The recipients are almost who are dinner. Yeah, you see. But also more fact check it. What they know. No, so give us the source. What do you mean? And I've just told you some of the expenditure. No. If you have 275 constituencies, if you recruit at least even 5, do you know what that comes to? And my constituency, even a smaller constituency, I'm just mentioning that as an example. Into share into you don't come and sit here and just say yes without any evidence. The evidence is what is here. And then I can say capitation grant leap 477 million uncle country leap beneficiaries since say BEC now at some point why can person be releasing resource under their tenure because you enjoy omuka teachers ebe mark omu nya sika ene BEC you enjoy 122.8 million paid on the on betima contest here no fee stress you can say you be first year student munya evidence as students akase omani omusika over 300 million paid you say betwa assemblymen 25 million paid train niaka sebeya yenye and in the midst of all this expenditure nursing training allowance 462.6 million national apprenticeship program maka ejumawura he should come and give us the evidence waka say yenye the other most important thing me good news mami me finance person into figures no me nkra ni na but they spend some millions, say billions, to collapse banks. And declared a lot of people.
31 billion.
31 billion or so to collapse banks. To collapse banks in this country. The difference between the NDC government, the government of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and the government of Akufo-Addo Bawumia, is that Obi you see sika edu go bank, e man kofo kotenafie, ye de sika SCA bank. Okay. And then your National Investment Bank is properly positioned, properly liquid.
Mate, George, I mean, if you look at the economy, say the economy costs here, or share the growth, inflation, table form, and you acknowledge that seed has stabilized. More flowers say, in fact, more ye be a right idea of money go in the right direction.
Building an economy no enye event a process ye nyina ye nim say from 2022 eba ye economy no eto chima obi an ho no mo a obetimi aka so beji ho achini ye nyina na ye ti Ghana ye nim e ma ye ko IMF e ma ye be ye debt restructuring ni ehho ade nyina all because of na ye economy no na enyina baby nti omo a debt restructuring affect you anytime be a make be an me salute you esan say me feel say aside omo G independence e ma Ghana no omo so esese oman no tumi nya enkaye dum bi e ma omo a dan da nyina no baby a ebegina bia e bo mu dina sese e bo mu ase esan say omo so esika e na omo so de G oman Ghana economy no esi homra ye call ahohie mu nti obia undisputed that. But IMF kura nso abe confirm say enema ya ye hu na ani esunsun swanso ni bi eye nhihye ya aban dada no MPP aban ye di gu fom eno eduaba na ye duae no eno na eso eno nto na omaba omo toaso a omo ya sebi ede hu sunsuaso a Ghana fo ye nyina ye nya ho emfaso eno no enkyere se omo ye magic dabi enye magic na omo ye economy die ye nim say yen ya breso no economy ni touchma na touchma yan fo yen sa anje ye demri fam ye de niema bi gugu akwan mu eno ho mfaso na ye hu no na o ka say yen ye ba ye no ye collapse banks de na kire say ye collapse banks ene omo ankasa be confirm ya kire say in fact banking sector clean up na ye no na enya adwompone enye wotan bi o kasa confirm ya ni kasaba o ma ka kire ye say na enye bone na sebi enye wotan
you have to give evidence
na sebi enye sebi obi na ye tan no ene yewura cooperative case akosi say o ma kasa je atum say yampa sa 5.7 billion cedis no e yampa na emum oso mbetumi recover 60% no mo fa 40% ne nche nti senke ya ade a e ya adwompone so na ehu hia e ba ne sen na nka omutumi aka so mbe recover 60%. Senke eja no ko free enke senke eja no man ko free enu nti o man kasa confirm say the banking sector clean up no enya adwompone na emum na ehia esase ye
nanse no eno ye charge no and in
go for charge in it's the same banking sector clean up.
That's one so about to us so want to be in German and
it is a name no crea omo e penti picture say yen ye collapse bank no out of hatred and I say or 10 bia ye dey a time omo operate those banks and na ye person ye good Ghana for nyuma but omo in the story no the same one na omo be confirm say there be enye the same mpo mesika no omo di bi krampo eche because omo former finance minister I no so what ye be kan echiri menua ene oka yetua we me no ka say I don't know so follow trend bi on social media Ghana for e wa ma no ni sua de ene over 5,000 people in fact omo America ya mo up to this end of this month ye revoke omo a visa omo student visa no
say no blame no sure say come mo
I didn't say come here
and say no come beto ye
na eti wo beto ka ye ba ya meto ye beto amamuo eye ntoaso
yes
eti uba beto mfaso no afa ni nyina say ye ni ya menye so say nke be lose 2024 elections ye ma bia nko ye nti na Ghana for de abama am say mumbra eti muba na se mo so niema na ye ya nyini ya na mo beto aso na ni aba na ekotom am nfa so be ne wo so enne me no ka se ya mo end of this month ye omo passport ye sizi omo nyina omo visas ni ade nyina no ye revoke omo nyina deport omo back to Ghana this ankwala bi o 22 years 23 years omo social media eye videos e appeal amanfo ye GoFundMe ni ade ni nyina no e wo ha no ma wo nyeye enu ntinu memetra na mo ho safohene as if say wo de honey bi anase sugar bi agu Ghana fotim da bi afenso ro osanzo eka say adwumawura program no na ne constituency de ekoso onabo ene bi a wonko district na ekoso esan say enya lambusi nko na ye district meso meti adenta meso me Ghana ni enti se bibi koso a meso mete wo ba ya wo ka say yate ya sanitary pad so from 25 yate so abe man kan to say yate so because meso me tobi me hu nipa ba kokoro be ka chem say adwumawura budget no abanya man 50 pesos ana 1 city kura so on ko ye
adwuma me ka bibi kaka nche no
obi nya hwe man
ma me ka bibi kaka nche no
ombra
just a minute so ope bibi let me give him some information adwumawura project no program no yembe ye na ti say party se ka ye chichew we've had programs like that in the past na ko fa ko sala no the Ghana kala ko ji aban sika no on fan back we are following a very laid down procedure it's from national and trickling down. We are creating structures, systems. And America, even if you take the National Apprenticeship Program, there's a national organization going down all the way to a district. So the terminal end that will be one, you say ni permanent training, no. But before that, they are recruiting. And I'm catch us recruiting master craftsmen. So if you are just looking at the coffee salon, you won't see that.
Yatiasi. Enye no nko a hwe aban we oye campaign ade ba ko fa pem kese a ogina so e ma Ghana fo koto abama NDC usi krom na obusa akola akro be ka cho eye 24-hour economy
so ma launch
omo se omo ba no adwuma bia no enipa miensa ne beye no mbe kwa 3 shifts it be to say Ghana gas that is what you said. That is the impression you created. Ghana bia ni o ka tell say passport office yampon ye be ye adwuma no 24 hours ebi be kwa no pa ebi be kwa wi ebi be kwa anadwo sa na wo ka kire Ghana fo wo ba ye the first na wo ye ne say Ghana fo mabunu abanda dana fo madwuma wo yi wo mu nyina di me no ka say over 36,000 Ghanaians wo yi wo madi enya no nko a wo mu krompo wo mu ko security yakomo wo mu training ya kiro mu etuoto ya kiro mu say ye tumi control weapons ni ade wo ma ko training for 6 months wey almost 2,000 edi
no here
nansi yan
no here soldier for no
soldiers for kan police for kan prisons kan immigration kan customs kan
na soldier for the minister came to announce over 2,000 and so on dream of more time 2022 I think mo for mo ko pass it through medical ni bibia ni aka or so me training mama o manko
but the same thing ya mo manko
and the mono was answer
no the minister now okay no ese se o ka de ya mananko
me name of deputy minister of defense then I think he's in parliament now me didn't come on no ka say because omo financial clearance
good
amasa
and nothing na me bebusa ho no
ntimi bisa sa 2,000 na wo ka so omo yi omo na di na
debi we de omo ba ye no omo training dada
police for
omo nyina wo bi police migration military customs omo nyina kan minister na di betu dwa ye ju omo nyina di se omo nkotena fie the only reason is that abandada na fa omo adwuma
enye no kre
that was the only reason enye no kre na dey minister honorable answer bia that is the only reason and no reason t and ye omo se omo nkotena over 2,000 people ya tiro omo tuotu ya tiro omo se dey control weapons ni ade o 6 months ya bo omo ka and ya beja omo agu street eno tun koda hwe minimum bia what started say oya aban adwuma ye fa na aban adwuma 2018 aban we by omo yinedi simply because ye fa na aban dada no enna me no ka se nkofo ya pam omo afiri adwuma omo no aduane abom obetuna bia phone line ato na bo Ghana mebu na omo tifie because of say aban na buy ne say e ya aban dada no ne fa adwuma. How can we be wicked to our own citizens just like that? Now we are be say yen ko fire for the prayer the end.
Me da say ye be bie ahomatrum na nkofo so atwere madwen after some bia be 40 more, but me ko Facebook a master planner junior say policy analyst great submissions by Commander George quoting fact and figures at play. 2025 media budget review is quote and unquote a bochi budget. The dollar rate is with the Bank of Ghana, but the dollar itself is with the abochi in the black market. Sidino apeke abochi so apeke kasasa greetings to Hajia Safia Mohammed incoming MPP National Women Organizer. Andy Omar Jr. said, what the MPP man is saying is true. The apprenticeship program, my sister took part in the registration and they asked her to pay an amount of 250 cedis. As of now, not a single person has been brought to her to be trained. Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, Doko Hanti, boy, me at here. Yakubu Mubarak said, latest foam mattress, 8 inches, which used to sell at 1,930. is now 1,641. Okay, Yakubu Mubarak achre. Yakubu one for store na udwa na nko, but I say latest foam mattress 8 inches. This is na moton. And the Omar say a bag of cement is 120 Ghana cedis. Which of the cement? Him and I thought because him say cement na price na dane but him for the product bear no and a market bear na okoye. Nanam Kwa says no teacher training has received any allowance across the 46 colleges and also first years in nursing trainees. Nursing training has have not received anything as well, really. No teacher training. My producer between come for teacher training. So I'm president, no. Na yemisa say no kra. Andy Omar again says. Okay. The NDC man is not being factual. They've not recruited any masters for training. What they are doing is taking 250 cedis from the masters through the registration process. My sister is part, and what the MPP man is saying is true. Well, Nanankwa again says the teacher trainees used to be fed 2 times in a day last year, but has changed to just once and one a meal a day now. Really? Okay, we'll find out. Abogri Dominic says, must be specific. I received my own. Okay. Mankind Lembele says the gold board has deviated from its mandate by cheating the miners and buying gold from the really. I don't know many more, but also all the evidence. And again, we're not even discussing the gold board. Look,
yo, mpacho, me correcting them be kakrebi because kasa no okasa say na onfa evidence being kanwa and why security services them kind na scholarship assemina de okan scholarship na no na okan minya. In the run-up to the end of the last government, a Juma Omudi Scholarship Secretariat this government, you solve a problem now. You solving in perpetuity. Say the end to asubium. We have seen the Scholarship Secretariat Administrator, Executive Secretary Atukwanyako across the country. Have visited schools in looked at all the situation, validated it, and we now know the total cost available. Or pesca which ya, but the way I run scholarships or my way, here is not sustainable. So not only are we trying to solve our citizens who are outside, no omwasem ye chia omosika ye buana ye mpamo biama ne mbagana. Ye kasai ye wo law ye personal in parliament. Na ye mass scholarship ni ye hihye ni ye. Minya me matiti o say in December holumu November October and comfort to talk scholarship by heart. Obi be frame me man can no koto yes
scholarship
obi be frame say me man can no koto scholarship
e no dada
me mama but ma tetin sem bebre nkofo nyanya scholarship anyhow edukoi. Now it was unregulated for the first time ewo man mu no ye demra aba ye be create a scholarship authority. Any form of government scholarship no will be administered by that authority. Any say o hwe sa mra na ye de ba na course bia ye no Ghana ha no obi nsori nko abroche so koye scholarship. Politician they say me untimi nya ban scholarship say wo ko abroche akosua ade. Obi o woska abetimi ahwe ho no wo kwa koye wo course obi o ni scan na be boa no there was sky be boa nkofo mo asua ade o Ghana ha because universities say adults wa ha courses na adults ade na course e no Ghana ha no obi akwetena abroche the same course ne sika ede betua ne betu dia tua ni pa 10 de wa inti ye de mra streamline scholarship no say be ya it can be contained ni etimi abo ankofo bebre na ya training specific areas aye hia moa based on national needs inti that's how we are solving that scholarship issue.
Okay.
Security training now okaye no ose me pacho they never sack obia say yankasa obia nkofi just because abandon than a fan ye kan say dia and then kenipa beba fie no be 15,000 nkofo go through training no bebre an audit was done ebinimu a omo ampase course ba kokrada were not qualified to be there 50 something year old after no started police training ninawo 54-year-old ninawo and after that audit they took those that they realized that they couldn't that I know they did 2,000 figure and buy and even that in Kofwa omo ko like the training to some level there are even people especially the military for ni bi wo ha ya momo amafio they give them an opportunity to rewrite certain exams to get the minimum qualification so they can continue until no one was sacked because former government
okay honorable Major Jasumami na men call ahoma no so na me Divine and Ninja or a president for Teacher Trainees Association yene ndin komo yen clarify whether they've received some payment. Divine, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Ye per se ye clarify say Monsaka mo allowances there, teacher trainee allowances no. About come on, sir.
Oh, okay, but that's it. Yes, yakasano de yansanyan kano. But we had the official communique or official notice from GTEC states Ghana bedroom munchen. Almost processes of farmer student loan trust fund, which we believe say Monday to Cornelia.
So how many months na can was no?
6 months.
6 months.
Yes. Please.
From January to July and June.
Yes. Please.
Okay. Now, in Canada, student loan transfer na musika no faba.
Yes. In the past, na student loan transfer na faba.
Okay. Okay. So monyanti SS Ghana Bedru GTEC be meka mo ankasa munsa.
Yes. Yes. Please.
Another person also said, sir, how many times na yema moduane in a day?
Not first in the day 3 times, but it's still probably and I 1.
Okay, 3 times in Canada, but it's a 1.
Yes. Please.
Since when I started say if yema moduane once a day?
Yeah, it started semester way.
Which month?
Started January more.
Okay, January more. And I started say one friend saying 1 time a day.
Yes. Please.
January day ben na go school.
Report my main referring to this. Meaning say general but specific date no I make a try so.
Okay, all right then. That is fine. Yo, you better say Aninja so to me didn't come. Why?
Okay,
okay.
So the evidence is there say you're a finance minister or cast with chairs calling in which it's not with government with the finance ministry.
Yeah.
GTEC regulates it. GTEC for confirm so money. So where is the lies in here? But you
so you fact check
that's fine.
See, one thing is also that they do not abedru back.
Yeah, and what can you because I don't even know the details. But ne yenim no and na yeka. Now oba or say obi ya UOBAD or see 36,000 or 32,000 people you already or just because they were taken by the previous administration. I mean, what the national platforms now can be say ahweye kakra. What data we fi hifa. The letter that was written by the chief of staff, Eka say nkofa ye fa omojuma after 7th of December. We see obi ye fa no when. Where is that evidence? Into obi be in the is just because of this. Now these people now, even this 7th of December, I know institutions like National Health Insurance Authority.
But so how will you react to go for Mekase? Who say utia sikamo bia?
Yeah.
The end product.
Yes.
Says can babeka emphasize utia meka.
Yes.
Babeka means.
Yes.
So what's what here? Na say odia my judge so on mama kojo.
Yes.
Na meka means. Can you indeed say what here? Because it's still no. Judge is still part of government.
Who bet me aka say? So judge bet me aka say embeka and sign, right? But can of me and it takes processes. Into oba me books mo matua a fee account mu. Who transfers from your bank to another bank? Sometimes it can take you 24 hours. Your debit will work out if you will system anymore. But it's going to a central bank payment system. And some at the George Hall. Yeah, as far as George is concerned, in some kind.
But this is from January to June.
Yes.
We are,
and the minister didn't say Ochia in January.
Yes, I get it.
Ochia,
I get it
this week.
This week no.
Last week no. Ochia.
Okay. Okay.
And that was a fact.
Okay.
And it's taking time for you to process.
Okay.
Or see all the arrears and Oshema is there. Arrears in now wakabom 6 months at year. That's what he said. That was very being truthful. And it's going to take time from GTech processing and all of that. And they credit every student. Even no fee stress here. When we started, no Biana the same day. Some people, their documentation was wrong. They had to go and process and get it. And eventually they got what was due them. What I was talking on, sir, workers here, I am telling you on authority, say, over health sector, no cadre of health trainee has been sacked because fan Juma after even the 7th December.
Okay.
I need one doctor, nurse, pharmacist, because of that. I can talk for health sector, and I'm on the health committee. There is none. National Health Insurance Authority. Some people that were recruited were asked to go home. Then they went through the process of validating, especially on my farm after that period, because some their appointment letters were backdated and all of that. But even that, they've gone through the process and some have been reinstated. Bank of Ghana, one thing you see here. So you don't sit here and just mention 36,000, then just create an impression. Well, I'm a scientist, and for me, I can't talk on things that are not verified. I'll tell you what I know and the details I'm the one. But what I can tell you is that if we communicate this way and create this kind of impression, then so we could try 38%, and that's what is happening.
No, but sir, I'm 38%. Someone that 30. Pay easy figures. There's 41%.
41. I'm 38. You know, because Ghanaians are seeing an improvement, and I will say one improvement.
Okay.
38 now, because you see, the honest truth is that maybe a papa, a papa. There's room for improvement. Finance minister Nankasa Numasem or see we are not out of the woods yet. Not just say, Yentimi and arrive baby a pese ye.
Okay.
You will quite crack, but at least you're quite not your fasten. You're quite pa.
Okay.
You're quite nim. You're call reverse. Intino, more be a case, ya solve Ghana problem in there be. Ye buy ye no the summary of this budget say ye far tax for beyond but also. A buying a discipline the home says Kanankasa one no cracker say obedi in the course of the year and what so by almost 1.something billion. Obedi. Second, we are making sure say your interest rate in your abba form. We are before to let this also reflect in the market prices and them abba form but more the number for more. Nembo ye nyina.
Okay.
Sydney jina ne jina or more mo yemsi sure mo say Sydney be koso ampa oko banking system na oko abochi ho a nipa na ocho message no ampa but even abochi figures no abochi is not selling dollar more than 12.2 12.3.
Okay.
Bank of Ghana say 10.3 10.4 10.3. Is it comparable to the 17 we were the 16 we were? No. Into no something good is happening.
Officially, it's 15 points.
Oh, yeah, I do 16. You do pay. In time now official 15 no in Abochi tono. Me I've told you what bank says 10.3, but Abochi says 12 point something.
Yeah.
I'm being honest about that.
Okay.
So when it was officially 15, you know what Abochi was selling it. But ne can say nema e ko yie. Yen ka say you do baby a ye pese ye true. Yen timi sort of preoccupy. Into na nkofo bisa say aden na yen revise the end of year targets because we have already exceeded a lot of them. We should take it down. I was at a press conference, journalists besides saying they should revise it. Yes, they be. You see, this is a whole process. There are a lot of shocks coming into the economy. I try to absorb it. There are labor agitations. More per musika. Workers conditions of service be implementing me. All this will bring some pressures. Okay. The only place that we've spent more workers' salaries. And that was because Nkofo be brave to service no more. Okay. Their salaries were to start from January.
Mate, me that say. But on the point of Nnawotwe Yi,
yes.
This week I was following a story on myjoyonline.com where some Ghana staff, those who were employed in 2019, 2020, but we're also learning that the same office or some appointment have been.
So you will be a dear. This is one of the things I've learned as a politician, as a young politician. So Obi can't start complain now. Go into the merits of the individual. Okay. Because people may be dismissed for various reasons. If it's unlawful termination, you can go to the Labour Commission and sue the Ghana Gas. Okay. So find out what was the reason. Okay. Because somebody is there without proper qualification. You do a payroll audit. Me baba ko me pese me ka me ni baba ko connection do rural police results are no kura no audit ne e kan no yeti bre odi bre me ko say me ko to the minister for interior ye ko share ya kola ni results FFFFFF pass ba kura ni o ye dey no rural I had no knowledge until my catch the boy na natural exams ni biom no to be pass here obeko. So if you are not fit for purpose now you idea. No, because I'm manual 17
Okay, all right. Mankind in the Lembele, besides when he mentioned the gold board thing.
Yes.
I'll say, where do the Galamsey sell their gold since the gold board was formed? Okay. Anyway, that's a legitimate question to ask there. Then let me take you to Mikro. We say Kojo, the name is Kojo. My name is Kojo Nyanki from Agunan Kwanta. That's my hometown. That's where I was born and bred anyway. Says everything the NDC member is saying is true, but we need more project in Ahanta West.
It will come.
Okay.
It will come. Big pushy, but yeah, listen, Yamano. The thing is, I've realized that His Excellency doesn't overpromise.
Okay.
He under promises and rather over delivers.
Okay,
that's what I have seen so far. It's your empire.
Say Yakwa Hunter was I mean stay where I'm in Koy Yako. Okay. So me Koy Yakwa, Minchia, Minia, Ishmael, and Sa Ishmael, Missima. To you, Charles Corner, Mensa, Michia Wanso, Frank Beidou, Missima on one name. Simon Kwansa, Missimo Saso, na Mokobo Vonaswa, Joseph Kofi, Moso, okay, Missimo, Francis Shapai. Also Mr. One Stephen Kofi Kwao, Francis Kobna, Mr. Mozo, Muzukaso Kwasiswai, James Boafo, Francis Kofi, Stephen Labi, Robert Nyame Boam, Mr. Mabezo one. Well, remember on George, I mean, right now, Doka may says, look, the economy is on the right footing. As a more dime who be still comes back to the fact that and Kofo are having that respite. I call Numabo Kofo near dear. Damia me who say, but there are still other Kofo more dear was but then who say one airline be had to take the flight ticket and so rate and so kama. But what are the areas that still moving say was buying money in terms of the economy?
Now me can say a minister
wait memo just 2 minutes obi for 2 minutes now for them call
MP Kassan won say obre person will defend you. Okay. Honorable ministers wo mu che wo mama. Sanko fu defend you. No mu che wo mama on kasa in defend you. Honorable say Oma yi omo di security na e be the 54 years. Hey Ghana mabunu. Ya pamo ene MP for Lambusi say no more than 54 years. One
example.
Anybody any pamo.
Mama back example.
And some no ECC do. Binia. Obia nka say aban we no ye pese obaye na oye Ghana te se sebi abruchire afi no wanya 7 months nti ye kura de ne ye ya adwene se but the way ya omo bo omo safo hene omo ahyehye omo asa na omo esa bosha omo hye ye nyina na omo ye total opposite ona bo se se yi obi unlawful on court de wode ne nsakura fa aban oman ni sika ye de na kogina court se court nji sika man kura wo baaye no waja omo nyina so omo nkofie na de ode obi a ye yi na di na wo beye na de de wasisa wo man ni sika o ye de na kogina court ni di asem ni nji sika man no wo baaye so omo your party fo nti wo se afekura de case no mpe bie waja omo nyina so omo nkofie na obi a oye adwuma Ghana gas anase VR na GR no okokoto ebe ni dey etiare de honorable ye nim de moye ye nyina ntia ho de ene chief justice kra mo de na gina homanwen so a mo pam no akofa mo de abisi wo se de be asem bi a mo de be ko bi a mo be pass ni true eti ne wo sa court de sisi e de ene no asem ne ye be ka wo ye ka de ha Ghana fo honorable se obuba ye obumfa tax bi ama na ni refi wan Ghana na
wangana ne ai
dum so levy ena fuel akotoa bi etoa ne ba ko bi a obeto bia no uma NDC aban wangana cedi
mbacho watua bi
na se mito fuel
watua bi
mito fuel
obi atua sa wangana no wangana
mito fuel ti mitua bi ena sa first year for na wose low stress school fees no ena me no ka say no ye beto school fees mu 400 to 500%.
Oh, that's evidence.
It's we say oh here.
I want to know. Also 400%.
That's proposals are omodia but tertiary institutions.
Proposals were here for Mateo.
Me I read a lot. I read a lot proposals
about University of Ghana there. I'm a member of the University of Ghana faculty.
Proposals amodia kwase mo babetu 300 or here percent. Mo se mo babetu. It is school fees now. Second, osanzo ka kire ye say. Omo sa ka kire say, sa no stress school fees no. Nurse for kan training colleges for count. Me no can say mu ba ko kran receive 1 cedi. Etianu so a ona bo kan no. Eno so ona bo hu se ho nso no eno kribia ne ho no musa.
Nia o kan me hu wo bebia.
Hu ye. Ko my joy, ko joy
is not there.
Ko joy. Me hwehwe ma o.
Say o anka ba.
Me hwehwe ma o ana.
Say school fees.
Me hwehwe ma o.
Ane.
Me hwehwe ma o.
Ane hwehwe ma.
Baba, me no ka say ni na me hwehwe me be ma o. Me hwehwe e dia ma ona bo me ma me fama no si. Mami fama nusi. Dia me nyina me pese me kan nyina ne se. Obia nka ase sebi. Aban bai President Mahama onye Ghana to say Israel within this 7 months. Enya sa na ye ka. Ye nyina ye nim se oman no na sebi economy na ho atochema na ye war in the process of recovery. Na ye nyina ye ya we na ye fira bem na waba na wotoa so. Wotoa so a ye kama enu de Ghana ni bia no ene wo ne asem bia se ebia otoa so na anase enye yi wa hu news wo hu ana ko joy wo de ko joy news
me hu ma hwe
we cry we deputy finance minister defense will be
upcoming increase in fees and the charges based on cumulative inflation adjustment as fees have not been reviewed in about 3 years. Deputy Finance Minister.
Above 400%.
Above 400%.
You see, I'm going to be besides.
But try to be diplomatic. Only Papa. It's all about Aban Yidia, Bonnie Kwan or Mudio.
Okay.
Bonnie.
But on more 2 minutes. Galam say, announcing me phone lines.
Say Bonnie, say, Olore first what here. And as I boni di ankepe. Se boni ni ese emu awoto eswatia sa boni yepe. Fees and charges now okano. It is coming to my committee and I have the draft. Right?
Okay.
There's the fees and charges is a law I pass each year in Parliament. And it comes to the subsidiary legislation committee. Me who 400% obey.
Percent.
But it's across all the sectors. So I don't have figures. Because I from airports,
No, but universities there no.
No, I don't. Unless I take the whole. It's a big document.
But
all ministry, department, and agencies in the country, government services, be from passport, from all. Yeah, but Nasi, you go through all of because not Kolebu. I'm the board chairman for Kolebu. Kolebu, your fees you can't charge unless it's approved by Parliament. All those fees come to this committee to sit down and go through. And you know, if you say they tune 400%, and then business say, "Oh, heifer." If there's an adjustment, there may be an adjustment, but 400%, where is it? Anyway, I think the takeaway from this thing is that the mechanic say, Ghana for enkoswa enye GDA ewo NDC abambo no omunya GDA ewo osiade yo His Excellency Prof John Dramani Mahama nipa oka asem kyerɛwa oye at least yenye hwe kra no ye bampomudin mu a His Excellency has passed the bill ya pass bill no parliament or be assent to create the medical trust fund IFN Mahama care si anu obi enya kidney yare ohia kidney transplant ohia bibi sa enche unkoye go fund me
but honorable another thing man find just under the NHI
anka NHI is be gu
na nya some yi sikani bizo if you wanna
no country has done that
but aren't you taking some money from the NHI
oma attempt sa no like the NHS in the UK obisa obi betimi delay move for a surgery for 3 months.
But it's got money from NHIS.
It's not all from NHIS.
But more ye
20% from NHIS. But there's more from other sources. And this is a well-structured program. And to say NHIS, Papa, NHIS, the activities happening there. What do we call NHIS one? What do malaria be called hospital?
Honorable Mate, Mamen Kwamano so. Na YMBA ya homa tromono. 0302211701. Last number 1 between and 2 and between 3. Na yenti was wadwen kire 0302211701 0302211702 and 0302211703 frɛ na ye no ending komo ewa ha na ye twen ya me kosankra menua Edward Nyanki hweye papa ewo sankor Festus Boa so hweye Frank Osei and Frank Arthur Muyina no mo say maton krase mo hwe ewo Sankor enti etia muyina mpacho we Sankor in Ahanta West the Sangro the Sankor obetumi afre na yetumi ani wadi nkomo 0302211701 friend na yeni nkomo on the issues I discuss budget I discuss the minority mo working out on budget, could deliver petitions to the president, Kodeo and other organizations concerning the electoral violence also Ewa Blekuma North. Okay, John, good morning. To say, I'm into what doing today. Hello, John.
Yeah, me saying.
Me how you John? I'm into you.
That's a free Laura in the Upper West region.
Okay.
Me and I pay me chair honorable prof. Titus the any SPP panelist no.
Okay.
Chair me person me place it on record. Lambuse district was up for about the NDC chair, but for Sobian news.
Hey.
It's on record. Mr. Prof said Lambuse 40 NDC chair. About very persona who quoted in the first time. It is on record.
Well,
it's the NPP. What they are saying? Lambuse for Ombenya district. Nana Adudan kwa Akukwadu. Everybody Emma Saka agenda 111. Mr. Pro. Anka, or you could be a medical doctor. Anka, I was in a district. Now, we completed this district hospital for the people of Lambuse.
Okay. All right, yo, Mate, me that say, ma menfo before now. Abu is on the line. Abu, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, I say, na mi yunda ho ansan kama call.
Abu, wow, you Abu.
Enyo, ma me ho. Say kunde boko bia.
Oh, something very cool on the crowd.
Na yen.
I get it against the Asana decision.
Bojo Mati. Mami ti we.
Hey, Michelle waited for over the middle of anything. Wakasa. I can't say anything else on there. For you, the Federal Government, my pa. Oh, my God, so I give us almost 40-something million.
Okay.
It's not so only 50%. Where is Kenya? I am not going to have finance.
As we do 100%.
No, I walk here over the project here. Where this camera says, not something we need. I'm this camera in my end. Number 80 not on time today. Say, I'm a marketer, second marketer, and a marketer. And the you what to do. But they should have been power and your friend a new market one. Why can't you tell me the work of what to the empty market where my mom still wants about?
Eh, awala abu awo etese obi na okachiro me da say oye me da say Nana Nkwa says thank you so much Adom TV for the clarification, but it still remains that we the students haven't received any allowances. We used to be fair 2 times before, but only once now, and on Pono President is 3 times. And say I want considering say the NDC is doing worse with regards to what they complained under the MPP. Ghanaians are really watching. Kwesiri not in Agona or Dobing. Kojun Yankee says, host, please tell Honorable, the best comes from the West. So they should help a Hunter West. Okay. Yo,
I'm also from the West, from Upper West.
Okay, Chief, say Chief is on the line.
Yeah, good morning.
Chief, good morning. Let's hear you, sir.
You have a call.
Yo, Chief, maintain.
And if I'm a former bishop of Center, Deputy Governor Saki, and you boss, one of my dear. That you only said 2017 to be back there. You can see the more than 15 a year in every home. Our national gate, I will be 4 Muslim. You buy it, that's why you free so, I was so bad for not about 1 year, 2 years. Then you to 2 years, yet 10 years or so, what can happen? From 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, you about to buy it after before COVID. It is a number of 6 months a year to you. Ya titi nyama so kan kakra e bi so o ma titi mu enye nre ni sipo ka e ti ni si for ye ya te bi o mo se economy na ja na so se ko krom na ko she dollar ene 30.5 but bank of Ghana is 10.4 or 10.5 and na ye ka che Ghana for se dollar no ye 43 and this is 40 dabi na uko fuko press abochi de no mudi ka sem so mo ba radio so TV so $1 no ye 10 cities no man can take Ghana for dollar no ye 10 cities.
Okay.
And then all of see and yet I here.
All right.
But you plan this for by my year.
But I say Ken Musa is also on the line. From Chief to Ken. Ken Musa Bajo.
So good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yamish Ramune Jumapamu Emma Ghana.
Amen.
The Edikan media check say kwa mami bra penny MPP ni awo studio honomo. Yamish Ramune Jumapa ye. Me papa honorable FDN no so na NDC ni no. Emi say me njindi say o come market. Anu kware de se wo hwe emo ni oil price na ba form kakra. Ba ya yeto e wo form no enkan because send ya na yeto emo 5 cedi. Ena yenti emo 5 cedi bio. Uko na ukoto emo 10 cedi. Ubo udima over 2 years cry. Me nye sure say odi obe me. Dokunu ukoto dokunu a send ya na bo dokunu 5 cedi. Ena nye sa na etie.
Okay.
Eswati. Enti price aba form no. Emi nim se omo osuru na e kon mo a. Ba ya ye wo form no de price na enkan.
Okay.
Enti
Yo, Medasi. Good morning to you, Isaac Survival Jabing. Ono share from Evaluate Ajomoro Jera. Ono no the Evaluate Ajomoro Jera MPP Youth Organizer. Or say my brother watching you live. Okay, Survival. Thank you so much, sir. Oshaye. Yemfansi ha. Na yenko. Mintumi we ye time na swear. Ebi aso bechi obi dia.
They want to be honorable oya there.
I mean,
yeah, but I don't know.
There's some small correction from the first caller.
Okay.
Okabi say Lambuse in Sembebre. That's not factual.
Okay.
I'm pursuing our Agenda 111. Government has a clear policy on Agenda 111. The ones that we will complete, the ones that we may not be able to.
Okay.
We are classifying them. We are working on it.
Okay.
Second thing is that Okase NDC ma Lambuse Shea.
Anya ne factual. Mate.
Our only secondary school in the district capital. NDC.
Mate.
Thank
you very much. Amen. Medasi say was so share.
Honorable
George.
But wajia to say a ambassador.
Yeah.
Hospital.
Nancy.
Upper West there. Omni MPP